about the database functions in Excel. Okay, so as an introduction, the database function in Microsoft Excel are used to make simple statistical analysis of information that you store in Excel tables. So you have a table already created in Excel, okay, and you fill the data inside this table, and after that you can use the database functions to perform calculations on this data stored in the table. Okay, so these are the steps, guys. So first you need to create a table inside Excel, then you need to fill the data inside it, and lastly you can use the database functions to make calculations on this data. So why they are called database functions? I assume that all of you know that Excel has many functions. Okay, so why these functions, especially this functions family, are called database functions? That's because they are not used with any data stored in Excel, just in Excel. No, they are used on the tables stored in Excel, the tables. So you have to create a table in Excel, and this table inside Excel, it means a database to Excel, actually. So this table you create in Excel is a database for Excel. So in this case, you can use the database functions. Otherwise, you can't. Okay. So we have many database functions actually in Excel. Examples of it include the dsum, daverage, dcount, dcount_a, dget, dmax, and dmin. And you can assume why all of them start with the D. Actually, D is the prefix of a database. So Excel just wants to tell you that these functions are only used when you are dealing with a database in Excel, which is the Excel table, as I told you. Okay. So here we will try to use some of these functions on an example that I will show you. Okay, and see how they work. Okay, so we have a data in this example about a supermarket that sells many products. These product information, we stored them inside an Excel table, and we want to get the answers about some functions, some questions related to it. So will the database functions come to our rescue here? We will see in a minute. These are the questions. These are the answers. Now I will share the Excel. I want just to share the Excel screen, so give me a minute. Can you see the Excel?
No, it's a presentation only.
Now can you see the Excel?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay.
Right now.
Okay. So as you see here, guys, we have an Excel table about supermarket products. So we have in column A. Okay, actually, before enter and talking about the details of this table, you may create a table, okay, in Excel by go to insert and choose table, and you can determine the dimensions of the table. So I may do like this, maybe something like this. Okay, these are the dimensions of the table, and you tell Excel that you have headers or not. In this case, I don't, so I will click OK. So this is a table created in Excel. This is how you can create a table. Now, if you fill this table with data, you can work with the database functions as we will talk in a minute. Okay. So as you see, the table has definite difference about the other cells. Here you see the table is colors, and the structure is different from the other sets in Excel, as in our example. As you see, this blue color, this is different from this cell, for example. Okay? This is an ordinary cell, but this is a cell inside the table. Okay? Actually, also, you can see here, if I click here, there is no table or no data about the table appear in Excel. But if I click inside the table, okay, you will see that we have data about the table. Okay, anyway, here column 1, in column 1 we have the product name. In column A we have product name. Column B we have the production year of this product. In column C we have the number of units available of this product. In column D we have the price per unit in dollar, US dollar, for example. So this is the price per unit. And column E, we have the revenue. So the revenue actually is just the price per unit multiplied by the number of units available for a product. Okay, as you see, this function here is just a multiplication between the price per unit and the number of units actually. And this is how the equation appears inside the table. As you see, at you don't write this, by the way, you just write an ordinary function, and Excel write it in this way. So if click here and click equals this multiplied by this, as you see, Excel already added the at and the brackets and all the stuff. You are just write an ordinary equation and just hit enter. Okay. And by the way, if you write as I did here, if you write the equation in a one cell in the column, Excel applies it to all the other cells in the same column. Okay. So, and this, by the way, that's an advantage of the Excel table, that you don't have to write or you don't have to drag the equation. Excel does it for you. Okay, so for example, here in the first row, we have tomato is the product, and the product year is 2022. We have 100 units, and the price per unit is $0.25. So here our revenue from this product here. We have, as you see here, I will scroll down, we have many different products, many different production years. The number of units change also, on the price, as well the price per unit, and of course the revenue. Okay, as you see here, we have many units, so many products, down to this row 71. Okay, this is the end of our table here. So what are our questions that we will use the database functions to get the answers of it? So the first question, what is the total expected revenue from all these products? Okay. The second question, we want to know the revenues expected in 2022 if all the available products of this year are sold. Question 3, we want to know the revenues expected in 2021 if all the available products up to this year are sold, which is 2021. A fourth question, we want to know the average air conditioner revenue for the units with price greater than 40. Question number 5, we want to know the average laptop price for the units with production year after 2019. Question 6, we need to count the products listed with the production year of 2021 only. Number television price over the years. So we will now get to the answers one by one. So and see how the database functions will help us. So the first question, we need to know the total expected revenue. So as you might expect, when I say total, so you just think about the sum function, okay? Summation. So we use the dsum function to answer this question. If I double click here, the cell, you will see that the dsum function have 3 arguments. The first is the database. The first is the database, which is our table here. So table 1, all is our table here. Okay, so when you write this function, you will select all the table, okay, and click the comma to go to the next argument. So the next argument here is 5. What is 5? 5 is the column number inside the table. So you need to know the total expected what? Revenues. Revenue is in column what of the table? What is the number of the column including the revenue? A here is the first column, B is the second, C is the third, D is the fourth, and E is the fifth column. So you enter 5 here because 5 is the column including the revenue information. And hit and click comma. The last argument here of the function is the criterion. This is the interesting part actually. And here, as you see, I entered a range. This for this criteria from A74 to E75. So what is this range actually? So if you go down, I'll go down now. And this is the criteria that I entered in the function. As you see, the criteria has 2 rows or is entered in 2 rows. So the first row has what? It has the headers of the column, the table headers. So the product, year, units, blah, 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 till the revenue. This is the table headers. As you see up here, if you go up, this is the table header. This is the same as this. This is the same as in row 1, which is the header. Okay, so what is the second row of the criteria here include? It include nothing here because as you see, I entered nothing in this row, in the row of 75 here, nothing. Why? Because I want to sum all the revenue from all the products in the table. So I entered nothing. So when you do this, Excel will apply this function to all the rows included in the table, and this is what I want here. So I entered nothing in the criteria row, as you see. And when you hit enter, you will get this number. $211,561. This is the total revenue of this supermarket. Okay. So we will go now to question 2. What we were asking to get the revenues for 2022 only products. So also here I want to sum, but I have a criteria or a limitation here, which is I want to sum the revenue of the products only with the production year of 2022. So as you see here, I will use also the D sum because I want to sum revenues. And I will select table 1 as my database. And then I will select the field number 5, which includes my revenue information as we spoke from a while. So column A is 1, this column 1, 2, 3, 4, and this 5. So I select 5 because I will sum values from this column actually in the table, which is revenue. And my criteria here is different than the question one. I selected from A76 to E77. Let's go to this range of the criteria and see what it contains. Actually, this is my criteria here. So I hope you got the point how the criteria is written. Actually, it's just 2 rows, and first row includes the table headers, while the second row includes your criteria. If you have a criteria for any column, you will just write it. So here in the production year, I wrote 2022. Why? Because I want to sum the revenue for all the products only with the production year of 2022 only. So I write in the production year here 2022. When I hit enter, you will get this number. It's $40,612. This is the revenue of the product with the production year of 2022. Now we go to the third question. We needed the revenue expected in 2021 if all the products up to this year sold in 2021. So if I have products with a production year of 2021 and 2020 and 2019, 2018, and the number of the year just gets smaller. So all of these years up to 2021, I want to know the revenue of all these products. So also, I will make here a summation, but it's different from the number 2 or number 1. So I will use the D sum also. So as we spoke, first argument is the database, and you do it by selecting the table. I just want to write it with you again. So D sum here, as so you can see how I do it. So yes, this is the table here, as you see. Okay. So now I select the table and I click comma. Now Excel highlights the field. So which field will the function sum? The revenue. So the revenue here is column 5, as I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So column E is column 5. So I will write 5. What's the criteria? The criteria here is that we need to sum all the products up to year 2022. So 2021. So the production year, our criteria range will be this. Why? Because what is written here in the production year criteria, it is smaller than 2022. So if the production year is smaller than 2022, it will be considered in the summation. And this is what we want actually, because we want to sum all the products revenue up to year 2021, which is the last year before 2022. So I write the criteria like this here to solve my question, and you just click the closing, make a closing bracket for the function and hit enter, and you will get this number. You will get this number, which is 100 and okay. So
Hello, Engineer Moment. Your sound is going back and forth. We can't hear you well.
sorry, can you see the Excel?
Yes, we can see it right now.
I guess the Zoom was down for a minute. Okay. So, okay, so for question 4, we have air conditioners sold in this whole market, but with different prices. You know, we may have different brands for the air conditioner, so each brand has a price. So we need to know the average. We need to know the average air conditioner revenue for the units with a price above 40. So we need to know the average. So from the question, you know which function you will use. So you will use the D average. So we will use the D average. Okay. So the D average function has 3 arguments, and I'm guessing that you are so smart and you will know the three arguments. The 3 arguments are the same, like the dsum function. So the first is the database. You will select the whole table. This is your database. And second, you will select the field for which you will average. What will you average here? You will average the revenue, because the question is asking for the revenue. The average air conditioner, what revenue? So you will select the column number 5, because the revenue is column number 5. And let's go for the interesting part, the criteria. Okay. Let's go down here. And this is your criteria. Wow. Can I select criteria for 2 columns at once? Yes. For all the columns, actually, you can do this. In this criteria, we told Excel that we need the product, which product, to apply the function on the air conditioners product only. Okay. And in the same time, we told the Excel that we want the price for the unit to be greater than 40, as you see here. Greater than 40 here, guys, you write it by hand. Actually, if I make like this, you will see just greater than 40. As you write text. So Excel will get you the average of the air conditioners the revenue of the will get you the average of the revenue of the air conditioners product, which have price over or greater than 40 only. Okay, as we mentioned here in question number 4, we need just the air conditioners and price of greater than 40, and hit enter, you will get this number, this $3,530. That's great. You now know the average of the air conditioners with price over 40. With just an equation, you write it in seconds, you will get your answer. Okay. Let's go to question number 5. Also, in number 5 here, we need to know the average of the laptop price for the units, but here with production year after or greater than 2,900. Sorry, 19. So we need to know the average. So we will use what? The average. And we will enter the criteria. I want to write it for you here. So I will use the average. To the average database, you select the whole table as you see here. Just select the table, okay, and hit comma. You will go to the next criteria, which is the field. Which field we want? In question number 5, we need the laptop price. So where is the price? Column 1, no. Column 2, column 3, column 4 is the price. So select number 4. And what's your criteria? In number 5, let's see. This is our criteria here. Why is this our criteria here, guys? Because we need the average price for what product? Which product? It is the laptops only. So here in the criteria, we entered laptops just below product. And for which production year? In the question, we were told that the production year should be greater than 2019. And so that's what we entered here in the production year. Greater than 2019, as you see. Okay. And just hit enter. And you will get you an answer. The average price of the laptops with production year greater than 2019 is $99.5 from this database. I know this has nothing with the actual laptop prices, but it's just an example, yeah. Imagination, not real. Okay. Okay, now we go to question number 6. Here we need to count. We need to count the number of products listed with production year of 2021. So we need here to count. So what function will we use? Yes, the dcount. We will use the dcount function. Okay. Like the dsum and the daverage.
Hello, Engineer Moment. Can you repeat the last sentence, please, because your voice was going back and forth?
Okay, so in question number 6, guys, we need to count the number of products listed with production year of 2021. So we will use which function? The dcount. You can guess the function from the question. Actually, here we need to count, so we use the dcount. The dcount function has 3 arguments. The first argument is the table. Let's write it together. So D count brackets. What is your database? The table. Select the table. Okay. Okay. What's the field that you are interested in here? What is the field? We need to count what? The products. Okay. So which field will we select? Think about it for a minute. Okay. We will use actually two, column 2 actually. And what is the criteria? We need to count the products listed with production year of what? Of 2021. So what will be our criteria? The production year should be what? 2021, right? So this is our criteria here. Hit enter. You'll get this number. This is the number of the products listed with the production year of 2021 only. 16. Okay. So if you go here in your table and make a filter for 2021 and hit OK, you will get go. What is the number of the products listed here? You see here the count is 16. 16 is the number of the products, the production year of 2021. Okay. Okay. Let's go to question number 7. What is the maximum banana price over the years? So what function will we use? It is the max function, which is an abbreviation for maximum. So, and as we are dealing with a database, which is our table here in Excel, we will not use max function. No, we will use dmax, because D is an abbreviation for the database. Okay, so we'll use dmax. Let's go and see how it is used. So we write equal dmax and an opening bracket. First argument of this function is your database, which is the table here, right? So you select your table. Let's go and give it a try. So you write dmax. Okay, and select your table as the first argument. Okay, what is the second argument? It is the field. What field you are interested in? Read the question carefully. The maximum banana price. So we are interested in the price. So where is the price? In which column? This column 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 here has a price information. So we will write 4 and hit comma. And now the criteria. What's your criteria? Go for the question again. We need the maximum banana price over the year. So we don't have a specific here actually. Okay, but we do have a specific product. What is the product that we are interested in? The banana. We are interested in banana product only, not all the products. So we will write here banana. And from where I get the product name that I am interested in? From the table, actually. Go up in the table, okay? And you will see here, it is called what? Banana, okay? So just copy paste it from the table. Just copy and paste it. Don't write it. Because copy, you may write it wrong, and in this case, your function will just give you an error or just a wrong number in the best case, but not the right thing that you want. So I recommend that you copy and paste it from the table directly to give the error no chance to delve into your function call. Okay. And close your bracket and hit enter. And you will get half. This number is half. This is the maximum. This is the maximum banana price over the years, right? I guess now you all want to eat banana because it is very cheap, right? Okay, so the last question. What is the minimum Android television price over the years? So we need to know this minimum. So which function we will use? We will use the d minimum or the dmin function. So we will use the dmin function. It has also three arguments like the dmax, right? Which we just used. First argument is your database, which is your table. So you'll select your table. So let's give it a shot here. So let's write dmin and select our table as our database. So you'll just select the table. This is your first argument. What is the second argument? What field or what column you are interested in? It is the price because I want the minimum Android television price. So where is the price? In which column? Column 1, no. 2, no. 3, no. And 4, 4. The price is in 4. So write 4. Okay. By the way, you may write the field or the column header instead of 4, but I don't want to do this here to, so I will write 4. I prefer to write the column number, not the column name actually. So what's the criteria? What's your criteria? This is the third argument you need to enter. Okay, so what's your criteria? Yes, you guessed right. This one. What's the criteria is saying here, guys? The criteria is saying that we want to apply the function for the product. Which product? The Android televisions. Android televisions. So this is what we wrote here, just below the product header. Android television, our product that we are interested in. Close your brackets, hit enter, you will get 10. So 10 is the minimum Android television price over the years. I just want to try with you. Let's write the column header instead of its number and see how it goes. I'm guessing it is written between double quotes. Yes. So this is, as you see, this is the alternative. way to write the field in the database functions. You write the name of the field, name of your field, the price per unit, space, dollar sign, but you write it here inside double quotes. Don't forget the double quotes, because if you, I guess, if you did miss the quotes, it may give you an error. Let's try it. Yes. So without the quotes, Excel can't parse the field here, criteria, oh sorry, the field argument. So you need to write double quotes. Let us try single quotes. No, just write double quotes only. So let's go back to the double quotes, and our lovely Excel will just work fine. Okay. Okay, lastly, guys, I just want to tell you something about the functions in general in Excel or in any other software actually on this planet. So the functions are already programmed snippet of code, okay, that makes a task like a calculation, for example, as these functions here are doing. And by the way, in Excel, using its VBA programming language embedded inside it, you can write your own functions. You can write, if you know VBA, you can write your own functions. And guess what? You can use these functions after you write them inside Excel here, as you do with any other function. Okay. So I think this concludes my. Okay. So now let's go just for the conclusion. So the conclusion is this, guys. So you feel that the database functions are not so good? Rethink it again. Rethink. They are so useful. So, thank you.
Hello, gentlemen. We can't hear you, gentlemen, if you are talking. Okay, let's fill this feedback until gentlemen come back. I have sent the link on the chat box. Please fill this feedback until gentlemen come, and then we will receive your questions. Thank you.
Did you see the conclusion actually?
No.
Okay, I'll just share it with you.
Okay.
So this is the conclusion, guys. If you feel the database functions are not so good, rethink it again. The database functions are so useful when you are dealing with Excel tables. So thanks for your time, and I am happy to receive any questions from your side.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen, for this great session. Please, we will take 2 minutes break just to let people fill the feedback form and prepare their questions.
Okay.
Don't forget to write your questions on the chat box. Okay, the first question from Engineer Mohsen, he was asking, how can I make criteria tables?
Yeah, I will show him on Excel. Okay, so now you can see Excel, right?
Yes.
Okay, Mohsen, you just go and copy your table header row, which is the first row normally in your table here, as you see. So now I'm copying it, and then you paste it. And in this row, the second row, directly, you write your criteria. So let's يعني assume you are interested in the banana. So banana, you write it, or okay, or get it copied and pasted from your table. If you interested in banana with prices above $0.1, you just write it like this, okay? And this range will be your criteria that I selected right now from A39 to E94, okay? So this is how you make or you write criteria for the tables. I hope this answers your question. Yeah, okay, thank you.
Okay, do you have any question? If you have, please write it on the chat box so that in your moment can see it. Okay, I think this is all for today. Thank you, Engineer Mu'min, for delivering this great and wonderful session. And thanks for the attendees for attending this webinar. See you soon, inshallah.
Thank you, Engineer. Thank you all for your time. Bye-bye.